You'd think all Nigerian celebrities are friends, but Wizkid once smashed a bottle on Dammy Krane's head. In fact, Burna Boy got so angry with Mr. 2K that he sent thugs after the singer. This shouldn't come as a surprise because, as we all know, the Nigerian entertainment industry is filled with so much drama.
Don't call to my brother and tell me, bro. Who is your bro? Some will say, you're so fine, bro. Alpha, bro. Hey,
Sorry for the laugh.
That's why, in this video, I'll be showing you a list of Nigerian celebrities who hate each other. Number 1. Deito and Wizkid. These days, it's almost impossible to be on Twitter and not see at least one argument between Wizkid FC and 30BG. Their rivalry can be traced back to the time both artists began to gain popularity. And when there's someone that's very talented in a particular field, the universe always finds a way of raising up an equally talented person to rival him.
What is the meaning of this?
The best part? Both of them came from totally different worlds. Deito was born into a wealthy family, so some might feel he had it easier than Wizkid, who had to start all the way from the bottom. But at least both artists are totally dominating the Nigerian music industry today. And who knows? Maybe one day they will team up to make a song. Number 2. Wizkid and Scales. For two artists that began their careers under the same record label, things turned out pretty differently for them. I mean, these guys practically started off recording in the same studio, with the same set of people to learn from. But I guess Wizkid was a more attentive student than Scales. Anyway, the pair have hated each other ever since that encounter on Twitter. Apparently, Scales thought it was a good idea to accuse Wizkid of stealing his beat for the song Azonto, and even went as far as claiming that he wrote the song for Wizkid. Coming from someone that hadn't released a hit song in a while, that's laughable.
Stop the cap. Right now. Stop the cap.
And well, Wizkid wasn't laughing with his replies. He came at Scales from every angle, and I think Scales must have learned to think before making such claims online ever again. It's fair to say Wizkid almost ended Scales' career that day, but thank goodness Shake Body saved him. And at number 3, we have a feud that started out as a disagreement between two big names. You see, back in 2015, Olamide and Don Jazzy were involved in a bit of a disagreement. At the time, Lil Kesh and Ricardo Banks were two young artists tearing it up in the music industry. So when the Headies Awards came around, Olamide naturally showed support for Lil Kesh, who was with YBNL Records, while Don Jazzy pushed for Ricardo Banks. However, it seemed the award organizers preferred Ricardo Banks' music to Lil Kesh's less refined music. Well, at least you understand what I mean. As it turns out, Ricardo Banks was handed the award, and Olamide didn't take it too well. He publicly called out the organizers of the award with his famous mic drop, or you could say mic slam.
Adekunle Gold, let's be honest, this award belongs to Lil Kesh because Lil Kesh is our next rated artist. Shit! Baba Yaya! Street is takeover! Every fucking single was a hit back to back. From lyrically to shocky to FS Joku, couldn't for anybody.
This man!
Anyway, Don Jazzy quickly fired back at Olamide, asking him to come claim the prize if he needed it. That's sure to get Olamide angry.
Olamide, if you want the car, come and collect it. God bless you.
Number 4. Tiwa Savage and Shay. These two didn't just start hating each other, and it all began when Shay accused Tiwa Savage of stealing her songs. Obviously, no one's gonna take such accusation lightly, so when Tiwa Savage heard it, she knew exactly what to do. Fast forward to some weeks later, Shay met Tiwa Savage in a beauty salon and all hell immediately broke loose. I'm sure Tiwa is one of those who don't believe in freedom after speech, so there was no way she was going to let this slide, let alone embrace her accuser. She issued a warning to Shay, and from there, the duo went absolutely bonkers, raining insults on each other. Till today, they aren't on talking terms, and it doesn't look like they'll reconcile anytime soon. Number 5. Funke Akindele and Toyin Abraham. This war of social supremacy between two of Nollywood's most talented actresses will probably go on forever, or at least until one of them loses relevance in the industry. Their drama began when Funke Akindele released her widely celebrated movie Omo Ghetto, the same day Abraham's Ghost and the Tout hit the cinemas. You see, Nollywood fans were torn between sticking to Netflix to watch Omo Ghetto and taking a trip to the cinemas to enjoy Ghost and the Tout. So Toyin was probably pissed with Funke. But that's not even the most interesting part of the story. Recently, both actresses began a proxy war, each one trying to promote their movie in order to gain higher viewership numbers than the other. And it didn't take too long for Abraham to address the negative comments her movie was receiving on social media. In fact, she claimed that some people were sponsored to create a WhatsApp group just to pull her movie down. Like a WhatsApp group just to bring you down? Come on, Abraham, you're supposed to be one of Nollywood's finest. Anyway, a lot of people knew the comments were partly directed at Funke Akindele, and I think she also got the hint. Soon, Funke Akindele responded subtly to Abraham's comment, citing that the sky is big enough for everyone to fly. She just made Abraham seem paranoid. But let's just leave it at that. Number 6. Mr. Easy and Runtown. In the battle for supremacy in the Ghana-Nigeria kind of music, Mr. Easy and Runtown have created more melody than they normally would with their music. But seriously, these two have been at it for a while, and many would say Temi Otedola's Baby Boy started it all in 2017 when he claimed that most Nigerian artists were using his sound to make their music. That's some bold claim right there. Anyway, this wasn't taken well by his contemporaries, including Runtown, who was quick to get in the action with a little jab at Mr. Easy, or should I say a left hook. In a tweet, Runtown stated that he was going to finish what Mr. Easy started, and at this point, Mr. Easy should have just sipped his wine in peace. Instead, he decided to cook Runtown in a new song, where he kind of implied that the singer was still his slave. Well, I guess that was the knockout he needed to keep Runtown from running his mouth. Number 7. BJU and Ruel. BJU and Ruel used to be good friends, but given their latest exchanges, it's possible they'll hit each other if left in the same room. One of the biggest exchanges came in August 2022 when BJU tweeted, what if I cook with the hashtag Bad Since 97. That seemed like a promotion of his album titled Bad Since 97, but anyone familiar with Ruger's song Girlfriend will see that it's clearly a dig at him. And as expected, Ruger fired back, suggesting that BJU had no solo hit. You'd think BJU was going to end it there, but he came back with guns blazing, accusing Ruger of inflating his numbers with streaming farms. He finished Ruger by attaching a picture of Ruger's Pandemic EP and Second Wave, which sat at number 64 and 33, respectively, on the same chart that BJU's album topped. There simply was no coming back for Ruger, at least for now. And at number 8, Deito and Burnaboy. We're not sure of when the feud between Deito and Burna Boy actually began, but it all came to limelight in 2020, when Burna Boy was nominated in the Grammy Awards. When you have all the success, fame, and recognition, it's sure to mess with your head at a point, and it did just that to Burna Boy, who began to see himself as the biggest African artist. But the feud between both artists actually began when Deito posted a picture of himself and Wizkid with the caption, "The two greatest of all time." This sparked Burna Boy's outrage, and he replied with a post comparing Deito to a terrible football player whose father bought the football team to enable him play. In reality, Burna Boy was referring to Deito's wealthy background as the reason for his success, and also subtly implying that Deito didn't actually possess any musical talent. That's definitely not a nice way to talk about anyone, but at least Burna Boy didn't kick someone this time. And that's a wrap on the Nigerian celebrities that hate each other. Which of them do you find the most interesting? Let us know in the comment section below.